My work uses photography to ask fundamental questions about American identity. I photograph the places that I know best and that I consider closest to home or a community that I find solace within. And a lot of my work also pulls from the history of photography and a lineage of American photography, using photography to record intimate and poetic social documents. The name from the project Hardtack comes from a group of elder men that I had met who would meet every week at a local burger place in Austin, and they were elders from the community. And so something they would always speak about was hardtack because a lot of these men trace their lineage to Buffalo Soldiers. And so they are the ones who ride in the parades as the Buffalo Soldiers. And they would often talk about hardtack being, this food that you would take on these trail rides. So over the next 8 to 10 years, roughly, I would photograph year after year in the same places between pageants and rodeos and any kind of community event, like a lot of parades. And through those connections, I would make my way through various kind of circuits of small towns that feed into the larger cities and observe the way in which things like churches and universities supplement these smaller communities. There's a lot of baggage that comes with photographing in the American South. There's so much photographic fog and fodder, and it's a place that's been so heavily photographed and mystified. The first two books are more so about my own personal family and my parents, and then Hardtack is more of an accumulation of my more so community photography. But for me, that order was very important, to photograph my grandmothers and my family, and then to go out and to photograph other people's families. There's an element of kind of transparency within that I find important for the work, where it's like I'm not placing a lens onto others that I have not placed on myself. I really am drawn to the book format. For some people who don't go to galleries or don't go to museums, the books allow them to have that similar experience in their own home. I hope that when people encounter the book, that they really get a sense of the care and detail that was placed into making the photographs and putting it together. I hope that they can see a part of Texas that maybe isn't so much in the public imagination.